Miss Rizzle, if you're out there, I'm waiting.
So, all right, we're on live.
Yeah.
Can you say quiet on the set to people?
Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set.
On the set.
All right, so this is episode 45. 4-5 on Movement Monday. And right today we're here with my man Big Sticks. Welcome back, brother.
What up? What up?
You know what I mean? We missed you, man.
He's too busy in Florida eating good food.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, see, he did seclude himself for 14 days. So, you know, I'm sorry to his girlfriend. I know you had to put up with it for a while.
We're going back, though. We're going back.
Right.
So
right back.
So she glutton for punishment. So now she got to stay with you for another 14 days.
Pretty much.
Okay. So how was it in Florida, man?
It was awesome. Like, it was definitely different in Jersey because, like, restaurants was allowing people to eat inside because of the heat.
Right.
They want everybody outside. So it was real dope. Like, there was still stuff people to do, and I had a good time. We pretty much stayed on the resort anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I got to get my swim on every day. I was happy.
So what resort did you go to?
It was called the Westgate Blue Tree Resort. It was like pretty much right in the middle of Orlando and Kissimmee.
Okay.
So it was like in the middle of everything.
All right. Shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's good.
Back.
Yeah, that's good. So welcome back to Jersey, where we do nothing but work and get mad.
Yeah.
Hoodies and Timbs.
Hoodies and Timbs.
Right. Got off that plane with brr.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so I guess we can just go ahead and get to the talking points right here. So we got November single coming out. It's Futuristic Movement by
Futuristic MUVMINTZ.
Movement by Azrael. He's going to be the solo premiere on this track. You know, he decided, to not retire this time, man.
Retirement does not become effective to January 1st.
Yeah, you keep believing that, brother. So it's coming
next year.
It's coming out November 30th. Like I said, I'm gonna sabotage this music. I'm gonna write it, make a banging beat, and then I just don't know how to write to it.
Keep them in the booth.
That's right. You know what I mean? You know what? We should have like a BS card every time he says that, just shine it up like.
Made out of cardboard.
Don't even say nothing. Just like, So, but yeah, so Futuristic Movement's coming out November 30th. So I heard some tweakers that he just did to it just recently. So it sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like I'm like escaping from New York kind of sounds with John Carpenter and stuff like that. So also, in case y'all missed it, because I know the election was pretty heavy on people's minds this week, we also had episode 44 of Movement Mondayz where we talked about murders, thoughts, and streets, and why the reasoning behind it, and why we had to do two versions of it, because one has the nice clean Christian version so people can get
Even the Christian version is hard.
It is, but you know what? Something about that explicit sounded really nice. So and we just hope you guys bang that, which is Murder's Thoughts featuring me, Crystal Clear, and my brother behind the camera, Azrael. So peep that out. A lot of people liking it. Even some old heads at my job, they was like, yeah, this is dope. So it brings out a positive message, as we talked earlier in episode 44, to get people to stop killing people for no senseless reason. We already discussed about how people just don't have the value for human life anymore, to the point they just take people's lives for no reason. So bang that. So moving right along. So like I said, we had the Streets and Murders Thoughts in the month of October. That was my special birth month, so it's kind of like a birthday gift that I wanted to share with the world, with two exclusives, with the blessings of my brothers, of course, because he runs the company, so I can't do nothing without his say so. You know what I mean? But
Rose.
So we have Stiggy here. It's been a while since you've been with us. So I think what we do now, we're just gonna jump to the streaming numbers real quick, and then we get to the main talking points of why we're here today. Okay.
All right.
All right. So Would you like to do the drum roll, please? A little bit more. And 2 pats. All right. Falling Like Geronimo. We got 205.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wah, 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 wah. I don't own the rights to that. But anyway, so Falling Like Geronimo was 205 so far. Follow Your Heart is 157. Treason, my son's favorite, as everybody knows that know me by now, Jerry's favorite, is 161. Survival, which is my first solo track of the year, got 267.
Nice.
My homeboy Stiggy, Brother's Keeper.
The bro keep.
The bro keep.
Yeah.
We have 164 streams so
Thank
far
you.
on that. You know what I mean? That's some good stuff right there. So, and then our sleeper track that came out due to the things that happen in the world, We Refuse, came out with 129 streams so far. And not only one tick off of that is SWT with 128. And I thank you guys for that, for just listening to that. Because God definitely blessed me with the lyrics on that track, because I didn't even know how to approach it till the Lord gave me direction on that. So thank you all for listening to that as well. And then we have, boom, boom. Come on, do the dance, Tiggy. This is something.
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah. So we got Bot With Me. Bot With Me came out with 109 streams. And then we had the spoken word of Azrael, formerly known as Black Rook, Seen the Rain, that came out with 46 streams. And Light Through the City Rain, shout out to Ben Runyon, my man Ben, Just Process. Yeah, the joint is dope. You should check it on Spotify. I believe it's only on Spotify, if you can correct me.
maybe Amazon. I'm like on the links to this stuff will be in.
Yeah, he'll put the links up. So Light Through the City Rain came out with 74 streams. And then we have another Sticky exclusive that came right after that in the month of September. It Gets Real.
It gets real.
It gets real out here.
Too real.
Real.
That was like a surprise for him because he didn't know about us getting Chris to sing on that joint.
Yeah, it was cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she blessed that track. Shout out to Chris Hall. She's wonderful.
Stepped it up another level.
Oh my goodness, yes she did.
Appreciate it.
So the It Gets Real came out with 26 streams on that. And then the month of October, that Streets that came out last week. I can't remember, I'm too old. Last week, around last week. Streets so far with 19 streams. And that's great, man. I'm pleased that at least people just heard my spoken word on things like what's going on in the streets. And I thank y'all for that as well. And then Murderous Thoughts came up to 26 streams. And then Combat Reaper asked me if I'm home.
Sorry, Reaper.
Nah, you
Not
missed
yet,
Call
Reaper.
of Duty. So, but
You know,
yeah,
Saturdays we be here.
that's all right. Shout out to Jeremy Anderson. The inspiration for We Refuse.
Your badge is on too tight, man. You can't remember Saturdays we be here.
That's all right. It's just like this shirt's on too tight too, so it's all good. You know what I mean? Now these are not muscles. This is just body fat.
Just
Okay,
small.
just a little bit
Baby
of body
Huey
fat.
shirt. You got Baby Huey shirt on.
That's right. So Murderous Thoughts came out with 26 streams as well. Since January, we had 1,525 streams.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a lot. Especially, from an underground. I won't call us underground, but just technically the term underground.
We don't do too much marketing like big labels.
Yeah, but it's still, we got almost.
Imagine if we had that kind of budget.
Yeah. Because if you want this, send us money to Salvation Records. We will leave the links on there
Most
for you.
definitely.
You know what I mean? So just bring
Come
us.
be part of the movement.
Yes. In order to become part of the movement, you must help us.
Come be part of the movement.
If you bring it, we will have music.
If you bring it, we will take it.
So since the movement began in August 2019, we almost had 4,000 streams. 3921 streams.
Awesome.
So, you know what I mean? So So studio upgrades, we have the final booth tweaks this week. We had some issues as we discussed earlier in the last episode about the new the booth and how we had to do tweaks to it to have better sound quality. And so we're closed to the public to fully make the lab accessible for Salvation Record artists. Oh man, he loves me today. He loves me. But so we're going to be closed for a little bit of a while. Also, the Beat store is the tracks are listening now via the label's website, so you can go to southrec.com and you can hear some of the beats that my brother set up. You know what I mean? Some bangers, man. Mm-hmm. Some bangers. So we're trying to continuously to grow not only in the business, but we just love the art so much, the craft, the music, right, and just all media to the point that we just want to be fully invested into it. So shout out to anybody that gets with us and want to do business with us. We will be available, especially in the upcoming years too. So
yeah, in December, matter of fact, we taking demos.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So come, we will. You know what I mean? We'll give you constructive criticism if we have to. You know, we're not going to say, "Yo, this joint sucks." Darling.
I will.
He will, but you know what I mean.
Honest, no,
I'm like Paula Abdul in American Idol.
Guess that makes me Randy.
Yeah, you got the glasses already.
Guess that makes me Randy.
You got the glasses.
That'll be a no for me, dog.
Look,
Guess that makes me Randy.
You move me.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Garbage. So that's some of the talking points here. And so, like I said, you can go to southrec.com to check that out. Next year projects, we got Salvation Christmas Volume 6.
That's gonna be fun.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
We have like also the solo tracks from Big Sticks is going to be for next year's project, not only with the Christmas album, but for the future movements. You know what I mean? For the next year's album, like you said, we're going to try to keep bringing in new music every month so we can just get this thing rolling and talk about how good the Lord has been to us. Also, you get testimonial tracks from me as well as my brother. It's just a lot of things going on to the point that we had to push my brother's Fade to Black album back to 2022, even though we're just going to push it down to 2032 because, you know, he's going to work to
He can't fade to black yet.
He's already black. How can he fade to black?
They're going to be banging that album till 2032.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to say, oh, yeah, it's going. Where's his next album at? And I'm going to say, it's coming out this year. So anyway, double CD on the Fade to Black album. So, and the production on it has already begun. And I'm probably going to steal some of his music so he has to make more music so he can work till he dies. So.
Ain't they nice?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's some of the talking points of the main thing. So I brought Mr. Stiggs here because he's definitely been an inspirational element to me making music this year. You know, we've known him from like Brothers Keeper and from, you know, Bot With Me and We Refuse, to the point that, like I said before, if y'all didn't tune into us earlier, that I had It Gets Real set up to the point that I thought that he would be better on the project than I would, because I actually had a little bit of things written to it, but I thought the way his delivery flow was a lot better. And by the blessings of my brother, he said, yeah, go ahead and give him the project and stuff. So, yeah. And I think it came out really well, man.
So do I. And I thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank the Lord, man. Thank the Lord, man. That it was definitely one of the dopest projects that I've worked on. Two brothers just in the world and I can't take it no more. See, I've been blessed. Yeah. So you know, they kind of knew my perspective on It Gets Real. So you know, well, I have we're just doing like a little spoken session on what's going on with you. Like I say, I have my brother chime in. We don't have really no questionnaires, but just like, you know, a little talking session. So like you said, you was obviously pleased with It Gets Real. What was your the inspiration behind writing that?
At first, it was me having a solo track. Period was just the toughest ordeal, and mainly because I wanted to have substance. in the verses. Like I didn't want to just write random verses and then just throw them all in the song. I wanted pretty much to put the whole meal together. I'm a chef, so I always think everything in regards to food. So I didn't want to
not because he's a big man.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, I'm not offended.
Because he's a chef. He's a chef. Okay.
But I couldn't just have the entree and not the side dishes. Like it's all had to be together. And working with my brothers and them giving me the opportunity, we came up with a great recipe. So it was awesome. It was awesome.
So that was like pretty much your first track by himself.
Yeah.
By yourself, not himself, yourself.
Yeah.
And I know there was a lot of pressure, like you said, because you wanted to bring substance to your vocals. And like I had a lot of faith in you when you was writing it. I know he had a writer's block for a while. But I think it was because of that one little instrument on the beat. It went
well sex.
We called it well sex.
Our good friend well sex.
Yeah. So but it was. I know you was like you really. What impressed me is that you tried so hard to make sure that, like you said, you didn't want to write something that was pretty much crap.
Yeah.
Nothing hollow.
Right.
No.
Right. Exactly.
And and that was probably the most like inspirational part about it, to the point I was like, oh man, I gotta make it, because it put pressure on me. Because I'm like, man, this sounds good. I can't have this like, his lyrics is great, but what the heck the engineer did, So, and then like my brother can vouch for me. I was here a lot of times on after work, tweaking up the vocals and stuff. Getting rid of your snores as well, because y'all like to make fun of me and my snores,
You ain't had to bring that up.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
That's
right. We all snort up in here at Salvation Records.
I'm gonna wait it out of shape.
Exactly. I just snort because I just snort because I'm a nerd. That's how nerds laugh. So what was your favorite part of the track? Like, as far as
honestly, well, the message in general. But my favorite part was just the fact that I was tested in regards to my delivery.
Okay.
Never have I had the opportunity to, or even fathom the thought to actually step up the tempo of my verse and delivery wise. So that challenge alone had me like very excited just to go for it. And I love the way it came out, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. Just the challenge of changing up things is always fun.
They I feel you on that, because like I just started writing myself too, so like I find a lot of things challenging. I always look to the advice of my brother, because when we're in the studio, he'd be like, nah, change that to this word. It'll make the flow sound better. Mm-hmm. So it's like a lot of the experiences that I learned is from him and from how he delivers on his tracks. Like
it comes from years of having jumbled up lines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for a long time, like when I first started writing, I would write like 40 bar verses. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Because I ain't had no beats. You know what I mean? So all I knew how to do was write. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, I think I spoke on it before, how my mom punished me with the grammar book.
Yeah, you did.
So like my rhymes, my sentences have to have that subject-verb agreement in it. You know what I mean? Like it's like you read. If you read my lyrics, it's like you're actually reading a story or something, because my sentence structure is tailored grammatically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because now these days, some of these people don't even know what grammatically means.
Google it.
Google. What? So like us, So like my brother been writing for years, and then like I started writing because I guess I had too much energy pent up in me to the point that I couldn't hold it no more. So what started like what you were writing? Because we always knew you wrote a little bit, but what was
I always dabbled with music since I was young, but it was just always something to play with. Me and my friends on a karaoke machine, just freestyling over beats. I remember the first beat we freestyled over was "Elevator" by Outkast.
Oh yeah.
And just clowning around. And I think like once I got a little older, I dabbled with it a little bit with other friends I met when I moved. But it didn't become serious until I actually linked up with Joe.
Yeah.
And actually saw that something could happen with it. And then everything came together with the movement. So we started doing this.
Right. I mean, I remember when you was telling me a while ago that he, like, because Jay Walsh, shout out to Jay Walsh, that's my man. He will be on future projects. So Jay Walsh, you're gonna work till you die too. That's right. But anyway, so like, yeah, so he told me that you used to write, but at the time I was living in Georgia. Shout out to Savannah, Georgia. That was my second hometown there.
Matter of fact, Jay Walsh should be on this Christmas album, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lavish Living?
Yeah.
No. Lord of Mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, so Jay Walsh is definitely, I ran into him last week. He's definitely, like, he's been hearing us and he's been more inspired, so good. Because I think, honestly, truth, I think he's a better rapper than I am, because I just like how he has a calm delivery flow. And he, you know what I mean, especially when we did Grace, I love this verse a lot in Grace, so yeah, he told me that, you know, you were right, but I was living in Georgia, and I never got the opportunity to hear anything from you at that time. And then, you know, at the time we wasn't like tight like we are now. So then when, you know what I mean, when you started working with us, I was like, oh man, I was like, I think we got something good here. And see, like here at Salvation Records, we don't try to make money off of our artists. The main factor is we try to glorify God through our music and try to reach out to people.
We get excited over 21 cents royalty payments.
Yeah, I got paid 21 cents. Yeah.
Streaming sucks. Streaming revenue.
I donated that money right back to Salvation Records. Like, don't spend it all in one place.
But he did get a receipt for it.
Yeah, I got a 21 cent receipt. I will show that one day. So, but yeah, so like, I know you said earlier that you was like, it just seemed like you just said, never jumped out with other people. There was, you know, like, not saying they fooling around, but it just never manifested to try to be serious with it. So.
Well, mainly it was just me doing features on other people's projects, and then whatever they decided to do with their projects going forward, they just never fully committed to it and actually pushed it out. So.
Okay. So this was like the actual, like, Brother's Keeper was the actual first time you ever actually heard yourself.
Yeah, and got a whole Spotify profile. Yeah, like that whole, like, once I saw I had a profile on Spotify, I was like, oh wow, it's real.
It gets real. It gets real. Like, yeah, so,
awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they
and the website.
Website.
You have your the label has its own website instead of just relying on like social media platforms.
Yeah,
we have our own platform where we can guide people to.
Exactly.
Right. And and I like how the fact that we're not relying on people, like you said, to push our stuff. We own our stuff, so we don't have to answer to a record executive to pump out. Because don't have to deal with the politics that we don't feel like it's ready to go out now, even though you might have dumped like 20-30 tracks out. Shout out to all the artists that are out there that got really screwed over by the record labels, record deals and stuff, because he had great music lined up, but because it wasn't their direction, it never got pushed out.
Should have read your contract.
Right. So you was like, it gets it's out there, man.
Yeah.
So
it was awesome, like just checking out the other platforms, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, like just seeing that my song, like songs with my name on it is actually out there. Actually, people hitting me up like, yo, I heard the song, saw it on YouTube. Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And, you know, it's just amazing. Like, you wouldn't think people would catch on to stuff like that, because you think of YouTube's like billions of people posting on YouTube stuff, and somebody catches you like, yo, that song was nice. But It Gets Real I was very happy with that project. Like I said, I put as much dedication on a project if I believe in you, just as much as you put as much work. So if I see you putting in work, I'm gonna put in work because I want you to sound good. You know what I mean? And my brother definitely don't want no backdoor water.
So that's why we pushed back Murder's Thoughts, because like the sound was right. Like we gotta get the vocal sounding better than what we had.
Yeah, and like I still think like we could still tweak the booth, but it was definitely a lot better than the first take because it just sounded horrible. So, and like we're willing to do that, but only we're willing to do stuff like that for the sake of the quality of the sound, not because we have some kind of hidden agenda or something like that. Right. So, but it was a really great project. I had people from work tell me, "Yo, I want to hear more from you."
Wow. It's on the way.
Yeah. So Sticky is lonely at the top.
It's on the way.
What we got coming up?
Was that
Wakanda Forever?
Wakanda Forever. Yep. We got another special feature track.
Still want to try to do the SWT remix.
Yep. SWT remix is coming out in what month of December, right? And then we also, like I say, got future projects for next year. And it's projects through the Salvation Christmas Volume 6 that you have some features on there as well. Yeah, I think the reason why I love working with you is because we just like Brothers Keeper, we was feeding off of each other.
Energy's always awesome.
So it's like, and just like me and my brother with Murder's Thoughts, like, and we fed off of each other.
He tried to outscream me, ended up going home not being able to talk.
I know.
Like, dog, I wasn't screaming at all.
And then, you know what's crazy? You know what the crazy part was? When I heard the audio the first time, because when I told you, I said, yeah, that audio don't sound right. In my brain, I'm like, dang, I'm going to have to scream again. I knew it was coming. So then when you called me that next day, like, yeah, we're going to have to redo it. I said, yeah, I'm already drinking lemon juice to get my voice ready.
He had to scream. I don't have to scream. My voice is just naturally powerful when it cuts through like that.
Yeah, I'm a weakling.
Projects.
That's right. I can't even laugh at myself when I hear myself screaming. I'm like, that's me screaming. Wow. But it had to be done though. I can't be like, you know. But anyway, so they
we feed off each other's energy. Put it in free time.
Yeah, it's a good thing when artists feed off of each other. And then it's also a great thing when, you know, you get people who don't know us, they can feed off of the energy. Like shout out to Chris Hall. She helped me with Streets.
She's beautiful with Streets.
She made me cry when I was mixing Streets. I had her vocals just like completely, like no music. I was sitting there like, why was you done before you done, man? You know? So it's like, so she did phenomenal work, and she did phenomenal work on It Gets Real as well. So I'm glad you're part of the team.
Yes.
I always did believe in you. You know what I mean? I know. Like I said, things haven't worked out for you in the past, but like something about you, dude, is just I'm like, nah. We need him here, and you're greatly appreciated. And you know what I mean? So it's you know what I mean? It's just real with that. So anything in the future that you're planning? Like I know you was going to school for culinary art.
Yeah. I hopefully I'll be graduating, if not by the end of next year, beginning of 2022. Once I can actually go back to attending, I may have to transfer to another school, but that's here or there. In regards to projects, I am working now, besides the Christmas album, and what we have set for the end of this year. I am looking into more solo projects. One song in particular, brother mentioned it earlier, Bravehearted. That'll be one that's going to be near and dear to me.
We're gonna make him make his own beat for that too.
Yeah, I'm getting into my production too. So the beat store is gonna be blessed too. So I'm gonna be sitting something. Once I get started, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stop. I'm gonna get that itch.
Hey, no, it's not wrong.
So you tell me buy another hard drive now.
Yes.
Speaking of which, Jenny gave us a gift for Christmas.
Nice.
So thank you, Jenny.
I don't want no Papalitos.
No, it was I'll tell you about it later. So,
Off camera stuff. Y'all
Okay.
can't see this.
no, because I don't want people to try to raid our house. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You got a red dot on your head.
You will be. But anyway, it'll be the dot of Jesus. I'll tell you that. You will see him. You know. But yeah, so I'm just glad they inspire you to do more because, you know, out of everything, if like say that, you know, you say, you know what, you know, I feel like retiring, or, you know, just like my brother tried to lie, say I feel like retiring.
Hold on, battery. Don't change the battery.
Oh.
All right, we're back.
All right, back again.
Brief intermission.
Brief intermission. So like,
That didn't give us a full battery.
yeah.
Don't run to the bus.
That's right. You take the blame.
Would it be the magic school bus? Magic
Yes.
school bus.
Miss Frizzle?
Miss Frizzle gonna run.
I had the biggest crush on her.
Oh God, let's continue on, shall we? So anyway, and he's making me feel uncomfortable talking about yeah. All right, Movement Monday. Yeah.
45.
So, oh God.
I understand.
Go ahead, oh my God.
All the things I
So anyway, like I was saying, so you know, just in case like you retire, what I want you to take with you is that the fact that you can do anything if you put your mind into it, and the avenue of success of getting something done is not, even though it's hard, but it's not as hard like colossal as a lot of people think it is.
Right.
Because I mean, there were some things that I didn't understand with music about like how things get produced, how things go out there, until I started seeing how my brother did it. I'm like, wow, is that simple now?
that's a key thing with Salvation Records is that we just don't put out the music, we teach the knowledge that we know to our artists, so that even if they decide to part company and go their own ways, whatever, but they have tools in their belt, like seeing copyright, split sheets, distribution, you know what I mean, publishing, BMI, ASCAP, you know what I mean, how the things you register and those things, you know what I mean? So it's important that at least that's what has been on my heart, is that I want my artists to be informed.
Yeah, so they don't get...
And not just putting out music.
Right.
Know how to put it out yourself.
Right.
I mean, you gotta
educate.
you educate yourself.
Educate.
I went to school for it, so y'all don't have to.
Yeah, because we ain't got the money to go to school.
I didn't either.
Exactly. So one of us had to take the fall.
It's all right. All my student loans only came to like 25 G.
Well, that's it.
Because I used my grants at Camden County and like transferred 101 credits into Rowan.
There you go.
You saw that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to a 4-year college from the door, yo.
Yeah, I feel you.
Learn English.
Right.
Math. Nah, bro. Camden County.
What is 2 plus 2?
Across the street. Didn't have to burn no gas.
Yeah, so that's definitely like, you know, we just want to, so like take whatever you learn from there and apply it to your culinary art and know that, look, this thing can happen.
Yeah.
Even the marketing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like having consistent content.
Yeah.
Graphic works. You know what I mean? Hashtagging, links. Learning how to do that, all that stuff.
So, but yeah, it's cool, man. So, shout out to all the people that are listening to our music.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support. I ran into one of my buddies at work, and he told me he loves streets, and I appreciate that. And I'm sure, like he just told you that some people told him that he loved It Gets Real.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all too, and thank y'all for all the support and all the stuff that you've given us. And we'll just continue. As long as you keep supporting us, the music will still continue to come out. So
I could read a message I got concerning that from a dear friend of mine, Tammy.
Okay.
She says, "Hey bro, I just got a chance to listen to the new song, both versions, and they are epic. And the last few that you have put out go perfect with what's been going on in the country. You and your artists keep up the awesome work, and I'm looking forward to hearing more. Love and miss you. Tell the family I said hi, love them, da da da." You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah, Tammy. I met her on the train one day. I was coming back from Atlantic City because I had a show down there, and I let her read the lyrics to Grandma. And on the train, she started crying. She went into tears because the words hit her so hard, close to home.
Right.
And ever since then, she's just been always part of the ones who's been the one to step up and share links and listen to the music and things like that. So yeah, Tammy Miller.
Tammy Miller, appreciate it. You know, I was going through a lot of things this past few weeks. I'm going through a spiritual battle right now, to the point that a couple of times I broke down and cried to the Lord about it. And I asked God to give me a sign to keep going on, to do the music and just give me the strength, because we've been telling y'all, like, we've been going through a lot of storms because of the music that we produce out.
GoFundMe for Rook's new car.
Yes. Yes. He don't care what car it is. It's fun. But when I hear people like Tammy and other people, it just for you listening is enough for me to keep going on. So I thank y'all for that. Because you guys are I'm sure my brother and Stiggy, like, you guys are my lifeline as trying to do things to help make people better. And I always ask God for a means to do something according to His will and His works, because faith without works is dead, as it says in the Bible. So, and God showed me the avenue through music to try to do His works. And I thank y'all for that. And then I continue to ask y'all to keep praying for us, because every music that we do, we will go through a lot of hell for it, but we will consistently dedicate our hearts and our minds into our music so we can save a soul out there. So, and that's all I got to say. So is there anything you'd like to shout out to? Just here. Any lady friend you want to shout out to?
Shout out to one of my biggest fans of It Gets Real. Just see it. Hey!
He thought, he actually did thought that on his honest way.
It's seriously the chorus alone, like, is something that she's singing daily, and it just goes back to what I was saying in regards to people silently, but they're still making it known that they're listening to the song, and that they're appealing to it, and that's very appreciative. Like, the work ethic that we have, it's all put into these songs that we put out. So that's stuff. So thank you to you. Shout out to everyone. As he said, thank you for everybody's taking the time just to take time out their day to at least listen to what we're saying and this music that we're putting out. So it's definitely appreciated.
Right. And shout out to Shira too, because that's my homegirl from work. So love you, girl. So you know what I mean? Even though, sometimes I have lyrics that you don't like the one I showed you last time, but you still love it though. So,
Nice.
So, all right, and I guess that's it for Movement Mondayz, and we'll see you next week on Movement Monday.
And you
are
the movement.